Hi beautiful people, a brand new day, a brand new episode of Kisine Bataya Nahi, the Mamacado Show. ये जो जर्नी है स्पेशली प्रेगनेंसी की और मे बी द आइडिया ऑफ बिकमिंग पेरेंट्स जो इनिशियल इंस्पिरेशन था वो यहाँ से जर्मिनेट हुआ है. मेरे जो ये दो खास फ्रेंड्स हैं दे गेव अस द ऑनर ऑफ being godparents to their beautiful lovely and my मतलब मुझसे ज़्यादा वो अभिनव से प्यार करती है बट दे गेव अस द ऑनर ऑफ बिकमिंग द गॉड पेरेंट्स फॉर दिस ब्यूटिफुल सोल. सो वी हैव इवाना's मॉम एंड माई वेरी डियर फ्रेंड बेनी. थैंक यू फॉर डूइंग दिस.
ऑफ कोर्स.
थैंक यू. और आज का एपिसोड तो वुडंट हैव बीन, आज का एपिसोड क्या, ये जर्नी जो थी वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं हो पाती इफ इट वाजंट फॉर यू गाइज. सो दैट्स व्हाई मुझे अपने चैट शो पर I had to have you. मैं और अभिनव जब भी बात करते हैं ना तो ये कहीं ना कहीं जिक्र ज़रूर आता है. Looking at Ivana, looking the way, because I think 1.5 या 2 महीने की थी,
हाँ,
है ना, जब से she actually we got her in our laps and we actually started
interacting. You're the first people to see her actually.
First. अभिनव ने तो ये बात मतलब अंडरलाइन कर करके हर उसमें कर करके बोला है बच्चे अगर हो तो ऐसे ही चाहिए. And he has genuinely fell in love with Ivana, and Ivana also has some immense love for him. Yes.
We all know that.
Oh yeah, I mean
she
like,
loves it. Like she knows also if you're going anywhere, Appu Ruby coming? They're coming? Why they're not coming? They're coming. No, I'm meeting them. It's like she knows कहीं पे भी जाते हैं तो Appu Ruby also have to come.
Yes.
They also have to be there.
Yeah. So tell me the initial thought behind when you were pregnant and why you chose, I think, good 4-5 months?
Yeah.
You were out and about traveling and doing till your last month and everything.
Till my last week, in fact.
Yeah, you were traveling.
So my husband's family, like Roman's family is American, so we had the opportunity of having Ivana there. So I had to go a little earlier because you can only travel for the first 7 months. After that, you cannot travel international. So it was a challenge. I have to give it to Norman that he pushed me to do this. First, I was like, how will I do it? It'll be so boring. I've never traveled alone. This was my first solo travel also. Never traveled alone. And then I went, of course, you have family and everything, but everyone is busy. Everyone's working. No one is going to sit with you for like, you know, all day and sit with you at home. So I was like, न्यू प्लेस, नई जगह है, चलो एक्सप्लोर करते हैं, you know. तो हर रोज उठती थी, I was like, okay, चलो आज यहाँ जाएंगे, आज वहाँ जाएंगे, and I used to walk like 30,000, 14,000 steps every day.
Every single day.
Every single day, and I was fit. I had no nausea, no nothing, because while I was in India, I used to like puke a lot. But once I was
maybe
there,
because that was your first trimester. Also in first trimester में बहुत सारी चीजें ऐसी होती है that you feel
uneasy.
Yeah, hormonal changes they suddenly just spike up and all.
Yeah, so this was really nice, and it's also a journey. You also explore yourself. Like so many things I didn't know I could do, you know.
All by yourself.
All by myself, but I did it, and being pregnant. And people are amazing when you're pregnant.
Really?
Everyone is so nice.
There is a different treatment?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course, you don't have to stand anywhere. You don't have to wait in any line. You don't have to. Everyone is nice to you.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Even at the airports and in immigrations and customs and everything.
Even in the flights and all, the air hostesses are so nice.
Yeah.
Like they'll only come and like tell you, ma'am, you need to walk a little bit. They'll remind you. Sometimes they're like, I'm tired. I don't want to move. They'll be like, ma'am, you need to walk. So everyone is so nice. कभी-कभी कुछ खाती थी, like Mexican खाना वो खाती थी और अंदर से हाँ, और मेरी बेटी को भी पसंद नहीं है Mexican, बिल्कुल नहीं पसंद. फिर मैं कुछ Chinese खाना खाती थी, like my husband is Chinese, so I would eat some weird like pig liver and this, which normal kids don't eat or human beings don't eat. I used to love all that, you know. Pregnant
Some
fish.
special
pregnant fish आती थी इसके अंदर अंडे बंडे. I used to love that.
The caviar वाला वो
Yeah,
बंडा.
exactly. हाँ.
मैंने इनिशियली सिर्फ दही और पराठा ही खा पाई, पता चला दही और पराठा ही. The initial thing is दही and पराठा only coming up.
तेरा combination आएगा, like yeah, मावा cake with dhansak. Sometimes she wants to try that, you know. तो सब कुछ try करते हैं. So it is. I think it's amazing, you know. You don't realize that when you're with your baby, with your child, they are also, they cannot see the world, but they can hear everything. They know
through you.
They're experiencing life through you without even like being in the world. So it's like a journey outside also, and within also you have a different journey going on, and the journey is already begun for the baby, you know. And people forget that. They feel like bahar aayega, then it's, but the journey is already begun.
How do you see a change that you took this trip on your own, especially during this pregnancy time? Two things maybe you learned and you would say that I highly recommend if you are pregnant, please travel for these two reasons.
Firstly, it is just a change of place, environment. That makes a lot of difference, because when you are in your own safe cocoon and everything, you know, okay, chalo, now I have to get up, I have to do this, I have to now have my chai, or I have to have my limbu pani, or at this time I have to do this. When that is not there, you're out of your
comfort zone,
you know, you realize that, oh, I don't really need this, I don't really need that, you know, this is basic thing I have, you know, like I have my bathroom, I have this, I have my water, I am good, you know, little. So you realize you don't need a lot, number one. Number two, I think you experience different things. You see, first of all, you'll keep seeing pregnant people. Have you? Does that happen to you? That now you'll
suddenly,
yeah, you'll only see pregnant women and like kids and you know all that and everything. And then you also start seeing like, oh, what are they using? You know, ये क्या है? ये कुछ नया है. Because in India, you're so used to like your jhapas being there or your mothers being there, and the same thing. मतलब ये खाओ, वो खाओ, दूध अच्छा आएगा. ये. You see, like the world has evolved, technology has evolved, people have evolved. There are so many things which makes your life convenient, you know. And we are the type of parents that we've done everything for the baby ourselves.
I wanted to speak on this also because I think मेरे पूरे friend circle में, acquaintances में, relatives में, known में, she is the only mother who hasn't had a single nurse or a jhapa or a help. She has raised her kid on her own.
And my husband.
Of course, Norman ko we'll give him the due credit. Has traveling helped you understand that solo you can raise a child?
Yes. In India, there is this thing that even I was brought up by servants and everything. It is a mental thing that okay, you have it. You will have a servant. There is help and everything and all. You don't realize that you can do this on your own. There are so many things, like there are different bags that come with things for the baby. So even if you're alone without a partner or anything, you can do it, you know. Even feeding in public. People in India don't really do it, but abroad, anywhere, it is just so convenient. Like you don't have to like find a place or a room. Your child needs to be nourished, needs to be fed at that time, you do it. And people don't stare. You have different things also that you wear and to cover yourself.
So we are like breastfeeding and everything, these concepts. You actually get maybe exposed or you learn more.
You learn
once
more.
You step out and then you see the world के यार ये चीजें भी हो रही है.
Exactly. हम लोग सब cover करके रखते हैं, मतलब ये देखो नहीं, पर भाई यही से तो दूध जाता है, यही से तो like बच्चा को शक्ति मिलती है, ताकत मिलती है.
Exactly.
तो why like oh cover it, taboo it, like just don't look, no. If it's not your wife or not your thing, you don't stare like that. You don't. You just look away.
How traveling made you extremely independent. You mixed with different culture. I mean, I would not say a weird combination, but a unique combination. Husband Chinese who lived in America and she is a Parsi. Both of them now living in Mumbai for now decades.
Time,
and then have this Indian influence also, the cultural influence.
You do
but
that.
Yet I see that even like ritually, Ivana, she would go pray. She goes to
Agyari
and she does all her prayers and everything.
Loudly. Yeah. She loves praying loudly.
Yeah, and then she follows a very Buddhist lifestyle. ये क्रॉस कल्चर हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट है और इसमें से हम डिफरेंट कल्चर्स में से डिफरेंट रिलीजन में से हम जो अच्छा सीखते हैं उसके लिए अपना एक हम वी मेक अ लाइफस्टाइल आउट ऑफ इट.
That becomes your culture. Then your kids will follow that culture. That becomes a tradition in a way. You know?
Because you were there staying with your in-laws also in America. So post your pregnancy, they used to give you green tea to take shower and everything.
That was you.
In Chinese culture, they have this very strong notion about that, you know, herbs, all the herbs and everything will help you recover your body and get back yourself and everything. That is so interesting.
Yeah, it was. So my mother-in-law used to make me this soup with fried chicken which had wine.
Wow.
And not everyone can make that wine, and you know, so
it's a homemade thing.
It's a homemade thing. It takes like about 3-4 months to make it before, and then only
and
you
especially
can.
Healthy.
Very healthy. People say you can't consume alcohol, but that's what I used to have every day, you know, like as the soup or whatever.
Okay, so I want to also know that why or why not choose traveling during pregnancy with or without your partner?
There's no con. It's always good to travel. Who doesn't like to travel? If you don't like traveling, then why sit at home? You'd rather be
with and without your partner. What are you for?
Of course, with your partner. Of course, with your partner, because my partner is quite crazy. We do a lot of adventurous things. It's not normal. That's why we go for so many holidays.
Yeah, I know that.
I was so fit during my pregnancy, like baby came out, because that helps even with your childbirth later. You know, your baby comes out smoothly. Everything goes smoothly.
Because you had to just explore. So you just kept walking.
And also there's this thing, I don't know if you know or not, but when you're walking, you're constantly moving, so you're in like this cradle motion. So your baby sleeps really well, you know, and it rests well and everything. And then when you sit at home, tabhi sab thode kicks, bigs hote, but then you're like, acha, now I am home. Now abhi jitna karna hai karo. But when you're out and about, the baby actually is in that motion, so they're sleeping and they're in a good thing. So it's good to walk. Go explore. In fact, once while I was really almost my 8th month, I was quite big and all, I'd gone to this one underground salsa club. I met one of my friends randomly on the road, and he was like, Dadachandji. I'm like, hey, ye kisne bulaya mujhe? And he's like, come, let's go. You know, he was going with his friends and all. And then I was like, oh, but you know, I can't drink. You won't believe it, I couldn't drink and everything, but that bartender there made me so many different mocktails just so that I wouldn't feel left out, you know. And then they were like, very sweet. It was so sweet, like, and he kept like trying, like, do you like this? Okay, now should I make something else?
So did you dance that whole night?
Of course I did. Of course I did. In fact, it was like a small kind of attic kind of place. So people actually moved tables so that my stomach wouldn't bang into the table. So I was like dancing and like around like these tables with this like really sweet fellow who actually went like, can you please dance with me? And he was like, of course, you know.
And you know, here many a times I, even with the content that I share on social media, of lately I shared one dancing reel and all, how I'm practicing bachata. People were like, oh, you are pregnant, how can you dance, how can you go? Yeah, and like pregnancy is not a handicap.
Exactly.
It's just that people should take utmost care and precaution. They should consult their doctors and gynecologists. But there is no right or wrong about doing ये करना चाहिए, ये नहीं करना चाहिए, या तुम public figure होकर तुम ये promote मत करो, ये how can you be dancing? And here we are sitting, enjoying, now talking and reflecting about like your pregnancy, that how you were easily going out and you know mixing with different cultures and dancing and everything. I am also enjoying my phase while doing this. So when I was out for my Babymoon, both of us we mutually decided, because he likes mountaineering, he loves exploring his own way of
views.
Yeah, views.
ऊपर जाके view, नीचे से view, ऊपर जाके middle से view same रहता है, पर उसको ऊपर जाके view देखना है,
mountain से नीचे देखना है उसको. Yeah, that's his high of life. So I said, you enjoy what you enjoy, I'm going to enjoy what I. So for me it is like traveling and exotic traveling. For him it is traveling but the adventurous side of traveling. So that's how we decided कि हम अपने you do your baby moon.
You do you, I'll do me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my baby moon in my own way. Then I had all, decided this all is what I'm gonna do. जैसे concerts करने थे मुझे cruise पे जाना था, कुछ एक cities जो है by road travel करनी थी, मुझे different cuisines try करने थे, तो मैंने ये सबका पूरा एक proper list बनाया था और and I knew कि मुझे ये करना है. Now the idea wasn't to time है तो सभी कर लो, but the idea was that the journey outwards actually begins inwards first. Yeah. So I wanted to decide a path for us that this is how I love traveling. This is how independently I can travel. So it's like a connection.
It will, they will.
And I have made this conscious effort to build that connection. मतलब किसी ने बताया नहीं होता है कि हम कुछ अलग भी कर सकते हैं.
I just feel if you're a happy mother, you will have a happy child,
And for that happiness, I think it's very important to live with yourself.
True.
Devoid of all the crutches around you. Yeah. And you have to devote that time for yourself. And I think traveling is one of the best tools that you can invest. और अगर now is the time, especially these times, we are blessed that it's not necessary that we have to have a baby moon abroad only. Step out of your house. Maybe just do couple of weeks. Spend time with your partner. यार अपने घर पे ना आप अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी के साथ इतने ज़्यादा उलझे हुए होते हो ना कि ये भी करना है वो भी करना है काम है ये है अटेंड दिस कॉल डू दिस डू दैट. Once you disconnect from all of it, both as partners when you go, यार हमने इतनी सारी बातें अबाउट द फ्यूचर वी हैव स्पोकन जो हमने शायद ये 9 साल ऑफ कोर्टशिप एंड 5 years ऑफ शादी कभी नहीं किए.
After the babies come, we're not going to be alone. This is like the only time that you have
exactly
with
and
each
as
other.
A couple also we we came and we actually grew thick. तो इसलिए ज़रूरी नहीं है that your baby moons have to be nice, exotic and it has to be somewhere in foreign only, but the idea is
the company.
Step out.
Yeah, step out.
The idea is get out of your comfort zone. The idea is do something, invest in yourself, and that discomfort or investment ka perfect combination is just your travel.
Yeah. If you've gone to one place, say for example, हम लोग मुंबई वाले लोनावला खंडाला बहुत जाते रहते हैं. लोनावला कितनी बार गए होंगे, but then when you go with a child, the way they will look at things, the way perspective change, full change hota hai. And then you also start looking at that place like, oh wow, never seen this part of it,
Okay, so towards the end of this chat series, I ask every guest about their firsts. So your first reaction when you got to know that you are pregnant?
Oh, I was very happy. We actually got married because we wanted a child.
I remember that on the day of the wedding, because I think you have courted each other for how long before marriage?
2010. We lived with each other for almost, I think, 5-6 years.
Yeah.
And then, like how you were attracted to Ivana, we had another friend, like they had 3 kids, and we got very attached to those babies. And then I never liked kids. Growing up, I never liked kids. Like I loved making them cry, I would pinch them. मुझे मजा आता था. वो लोग रोते थे, मुझे मजा आता था. बच्चे बिल्कुल मुझे बच्चे बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं थे. Like actually मुझे like बच्चे मतलब like old. Even when I was a kid, I enjoyed playing with older kids. But छोटे बच्चे मुझे पसंद ही नहीं थे. My mom was like very like you cannot have a baby without being married and all that. So we're like okay fine, let's just get married
so that I can have a child.
We can have a baby. And it was the same month actually. Like we got married in end of Feb, yeah. And
March you guys were to your honeymoon when you joined them on their honeymoon.
And we actually planned it. We actually planned it. Like I told Ruby, see, we'll make a baby first 4-5 days. फिर तुम लोग आ जाना. Then we'll chill.
Then we'll have the full friends के साथ honeymoon.
We didn't even realize that actually हो गया. We thought we'll have to like now get clean, eat healthy, work out. But yeah, I guess we really wanted one. So.
Okay, your first reaction when you saw the ultrasound?
It wasn't like, oh, it's changing my life. Like, देखा है मतलब पिक्चरों में ऐसे दिखता है and all.
So it was okay.
हाँ, healthy था ना बस. As long as it was healthy, yeah. Otherwise इतना कुछ emotional नहीं हो गई वो देख के.
Okay, your first reaction when Ivana kicked?
It was a mild one. She was a mild kicker, but then later on she got into her Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan mode. Towards the end, in fact, she started kicking. Almost 8 months ke baad, she started like properly kicking, and I had bruises on my, like the outside of my stomach. I had like black bruises. It was like that.
इतनी लाते पड़ी है?
इतनी लाते पड़ती थी तो like initial बहुत faint था, but then when it started, like yeah, she used to beat me up.
First reaction of Norm when you told him that you were pregnant?
He was like, "You sure?
You sure?
You sure? Check again. We'll get more and check again. Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's sure." And he's like, "No, but we should try at least check like 3-4 times, you know." Then of course we were happy because we wanted it. Yeah. So
Okay, it was super fun. I don't want to end this here, but I know इतना ही कर सकते हैं, 20 से 25 मिनट का कॉन्वर्सेशन ही हो सकता है. सो एक छोटा सा हैम्पर सॉन्कर जूल्स की तरफ से पर्सनलाइज्ड jewelry specially for you. That's your Sonkar ka thing.
Thank you.
Enjoy your jewel.
Thank you.
And this is from me.
Thank you.